And the interstate flowing in both directions right now. We'll keep you updated. Well, Governor Katie Hobbs was in Tucson today giving a version of her state of the state to southern Arizona. After the address, the governor talked one-on-one with News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink, and he joins us now live with part of that conversation. Eric.
Sean, I asked the governor today about the border and her decision to call out the Biden administration after the White House decided to close the Lukeville port of entry in December, and also her thoughts on the public education fight that right now is brewing at the State House. Governor Katie Hobbs was critical of the Biden administration's decision to close the port in Lukeville back in December, a decision that had a direct impact on many livelihoods and our state's economy. Hobbs was one of 9 governors to sign a letter to the White House Monday asking for more help.
So what we've been asking for from day one is more resources for support for those organizations that are processing those migrants, but also just more resources for security at the border.
What is the federal government, in your mind, doing wrong on this issue? And how do we get to a place where immigration reform can really be dealt with in a serious way?
Yeah, that's a great question. And obviously, we need an act of Congress to really fix the ongoing issue, the steady influx of migrants that we're continuing to see that's leading to this humanitarian crisis that our communities are dealing with, and we're dealing with without a lot of support from the federal government.
On education, the governor has a plan to curb what she argues is out-of-control spending when it comes to the ESA program or school vouchers. She says the ESA budget has ballooned and is a major factor as to why Arizona faces a budget deficit. The governor wants Arizona students to have at least 100 days at a public school before being eligible for the program. The Republican leadership says any proposed changes to the program are dead on arrival.
We know that these are costing a lot more money than was initially projected, and those are things that we need to address. And so if the leadership wants to continue to ignore that, I think they're doing so at their peril, and they're continuing to jeopardize funding for other priority issues in our state. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock, I'll have a reaction to the governor's speech today. We're live downtown. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.
All right, Eric, thanks for that. And if you would like to watch Eric's entire interview with Governor Katie Hobbs, you can find it on our YouTube channel. And the nation's first